input sounds. It's not specifically, human sounds. It could be, tapping. It could be steel, kind of twisting.
To make matters worse, bad weather delayed rescue efforts as debris fell on the first responders. The human chain shows the agonizingly slow task at hand. Debris being removed bucket by bucket.
These first responders are going in through tunnels. They're working from the top. They're working from the bottom. It has to be done very, very carefully. They can't dislodge pieces of debris that could injure them.
The whole country rejoiced seeing the 12-year-old boy pulled from the rubble. Now we know his name, Jonah Handler. He plays for his school's junior varsity baseball team. He suffered broken bones. Sadly, his mother died in the collapse. High school student Devin Marie Gonzalez fell 4 stories and survived. She posted pictures of herself in the hospital. This is what Champlain Tower South looked like before the horrific collapse. And this is how it looks today. The big question now, how did this horrific collapse happen? One theory is that it may have been caused by so-called concrete cancer, in which salt water seeps into concrete and weakens steel beams.
A bit later in the broadcast, we'll look at some of the faces and hear the stories of the 159 people still unaccounted for. Other news today, exactly 13 months after George Floyd was killed in Minneapolis, the officer found guilty of murdering him was sentenced to prison. Derek Chauvin is back in court today to learn his fate. Amber Condiano with more on that.
It's Derek Chauvin back in court, ready to hear his fate.
This is an ABC News special report.
The broadcast networks broke into regular programming as America stopped to follow the drama. Floyd's daughter, 7-year-old Gianna, recorded a poignant victim impact statement.
Do you wish that he was still here with us?
Yeah, but he is.
Through his spirit?
Yes.
Tensions rose on the eve of the sentencing as several George Floyd statues and murals were vandalized across the USA. The statue of George Floyd in Brooklyn was unveiled just over a week ago to celebrate the new national holiday of Juneteenth. George Floyd's face was spray painted. On the face, the name of a white supremacist group, Patriotic Front, was stenciled in black paint. Just released surveillance video shows 4 men approaching the monument, and this suspect is shaking a spray can. They're seen walking back minutes later following the vandalism. This mural in Lafayette, Indiana is also being cleaned up today after it was defaced.
We, the jury, find the defendant guilty.
Chauvin was found guilty of murder in April. Since then, he has been in an isolation cell in the Oak Park Heights maximum security prison 25 miles from Minneapolis. Prosecutors are calling for a prison term of 30 years, telling the judge in court papers he acted with particular cruelty that shocked the conscience of the nation. Chauvin's attorneys are asking for probation, saying in a sentencing memo what he did to Floyd was an error made in good faith, not intentional. Floyd family attorney Benjamin Crump, with Floyd's cousin Sharita at his side, called for a stiff sentence that will send a message.
The appropriate sentence would be what they would have sentenced George Floyd to had the roles been reversed. We only seek equal justice in this matter.
The 3 other officers charged in connection with Floyd's killing are set for trial next March. Yesterday, we showed you the socialite charged in the shooting death of a police chief who believes chasing down the father of her children. Well, she's been rearrested and is back in jail. Here's why.
I don't know why I'm being detained.
Socialite Jasmine Harton has been arrested again. The new arrest came after Jasmine confronted her estranged partner, Andrew Ashcroft, heir to $1 billion fortune. She chased after him at the Ritz resort he owns in Belize.
Why won't you let me see the kids, Andrew? Why won't you let me see the children? Why are you stopping me from being at my house and seeing my kids, Andrew?
Jasmine was taken into custody after reporting for her daily check-in at the local police station. a condition of her bail. TheDailyMail.com obtained the dramatic video. Jasmine faces trial for manslaughter by negligence in the shooting death of Police Superintendent Henry Jemmett. She says the gun went off by accident after a night of drinking. You can see one officer trying to stop the interview.
There's not a day that goes by I don't think about Henry. He was my friend. He was a protector. We were friends for years, and he was a good man.
Britney Spears is enjoying a groundswell of support following her emotional testimony before a judge. And as she waits for a ruling on whether that 13-year-long conservatorship will be ended, she's not waiting around at home. Here's Jim Ray.
Britney Spears and her boyfriend have escaped the firestorm and are seeking a little R&R in Hawaii. Britney looks relaxed, sporting cut-off white short shorts, sunglasses, and hat. Sam Asghari is shirtless and all smiles. On their trip over to Maui, Britney blew off steam making silly Instagram videos. With the help of fun filters, the couple transformed into puppy dogs and even broccoli.
Have I ever told you I love broccoli?
Britney and Sam Asghari jetted off on a private plane for a much-needed break following her dramatic courtroom testimony during which she demanded an end to her conservatorship. And she's now apologizing to her millions of fans, she said, for hiding her truth all these years by posting videos assuring the world she was happy.
I'm totally fine. I'm extremely happy. I have a beautiful home, beautiful children.
Today, Britney said, I apologize for pretending like I've been okay the past 2 years. I did it because of my pride, and I was embarrassed to share what happened to me. Support for Britney continues to pour in. Paris Hilton, who is DJing in Las Vegas, has this message.
We love you, Britney.
Paris wore a metallic blue dress that appeared to channel the iconic blue flight attendant dress worn by Britney in her hit music video Toxic. How dare you! Wendy Williams' support for Britney Spears is now under fire after the talk show host called for Britney's parents to die.
How dare you, Mr. Spears? You had me fooled. And you too, Mrs. Spears. Death to all of them.
Even the audience seems to think Wendy Williams went too far.
Before a judge can make her decision about the conservatorship, Britney has to file a formal petition. And it's the end of an era for late night host Conan O'Brien. Conan signed off for the show last night, nearly 30 years after he started. And he ended the show where his career started, with Homer Simpson.
Conan O'Brien kicked off his final show with a very special guest, Homer Simpson.
Thank you, Homer. You mean the world to me.
You mean the world to me, Conrad.
It's coming.
It was fitting because Conan started his career as a writer for The Simpsons. Now, after 28 years and 4,368 episodes on late night TV, Conan is signing off.
This is hard to believe. It's hard to say. It's our final show on TBS.
Ever the jokester, he had this singer.
Every night I always said, tonight we have a really great show. And I have to tell you, I was often lying.
His fellow late night hosts put their rivalries aside to say goodbye.
I want to congratulate him on 24 incredible years and several perfectly fine ones as well.
I also want to congratulate Conan O'Brien on 28 years of...
Conan personally selected Jack Black as his last guest, and he channeled his inner Sinatra. With his longtime sidekick Andy Richter by his side, Conan got emotional with his final message.
Try and do what you love with people you love. And if you can manage that, it's the definition of heaven on earth. I swear to God, it really is. So good night. Thank you very much.
And up next for O'Brien, a new series he's developing for HBO Max. Now let's go back to that terrible building collapse in Miami. The number is staggering, 159 people still unaccounted for. But that number represents individuals, people from all walks of life. And here are some of their stories.
They are the faces of the missing. 159 souls, young and old, newlyweds, retirees, entire families. Today, their loved ones are sharing their photos and stories as they desperately wait for word of their fate. Rebecca Wasserstein's niece, Deborah Barris-Dibbin, a student at George Washington, and her boyfriend, Ilian, were staying at the doomed Champlain Towers South to attend a funeral when the building collapsed like a pancake. Teresa Velasquez had just arrived from Los Angeles to visit her parents, Julio and Angela. All three are now missing. This image of bunk beds hanging from what remains of the building is a haunting reminder that it was home to many young families. Alfredo Leon and his little boy Lorenzo are among the missing. The fate of the Patel family is also unknown. Mom is pregnant with their second child. The Pettingills were visiting from Paraguay. Mom Sophia is a sister of that nation's first lady. They came to Miami to get the COVID-19 vaccine. Nikki Langsfield and Louis Sedovnik haven't been heard from. They lived on the 8th floor. Moises Rodan, seen here with his girlfriend, is also missing. Newlyweds Nicole and Rosalind Manasheroff moved in after their wedding in April. The building was home to many retirees, enjoying their golden years by the sea, like 87-year-old Elena Chavez and Claudio and Maria Bonavoy. Gil Carrera and Betty Carrera had just moved into apartment 901. Bonnie and David Epstein were also on the 9th floor when the building gave way at 1:30 a.m. on Thursday. Arnie Notkin, a retired gym teacher, and his wife Miriam are on the list of the missing. Howard Cohen is Arnie's former student.
He was just wonderful about finding
Operator.
out what was special about each kid.
Miami, please.
The entire nation today waiting and praying that at least some
Miami,
of them
Florida.
will make it out alive.
That is everyone's hope. Emergency workers from around the country have come to Miami to help with the recovery
Operator,
efforts.
Next, badness on the street.
Crisis Center, Miami, Florida, please.
Strangers attacking innocent strangers at random.
Thank you.
How dangerous are the mean streets today? And
Yes, I need to ask you a question.
who woke up with $1 billion in her bank account.
You're terrified, Deborah. Oh my God.
Inside Edition with Deborah Norville.
Okay.
We'll be right back.
Oh,
Why hide your skin? If Dupixent
Really?
has your moderate to severe eczema
Yes, that's
or
good to know.
atopic
Thank you.
dermatitis under control.
yeah, just making sure. Thank you.
By hitting eczema where it
Yes,
counts,
thank you very much.
Dupixent
Yes,
helps heal your
bye.
skin from within, keeping you one step ahead of eczema.
Okay, I feel a lot
And that
better now.
means long-lasting, clearer skin and fast itch relief for adults.
Hide my skin, not me.
By helping to control eczema with Dupixent,
I need
you
a
can
shirt.
show more with less eczema. Don't
I
use
can't
if
put my
you're
little
allergic
face
to
on your shirt
Dupixent. Serious allergic reactions can occur, including anaphylaxis, which is severe. Tell your doctor about new or worsening eye problems, such as eye pain or vision changes, or a parasitic infection. If you take asthma medicines, don't change or stop them without talking to your doctor. When you help heal your skin from within, you can change how your skin looks and feels. And that's the kind of change you notice. Talk to your eczema specialist about Dupixent, a breakthrough eczema
Yeah, I
treatment.
feel it too. Feel that a little bit.
Your home is the
Oh,
address
that's
of your
good.
memories. It's
Where do those
always
open at?
looking after you. But your home needs looking after too. Trust Hanson's for windows, roofing, and siding with a lifetime guarantee. It's easy to get started with a virtual or actual
Yeah, I get
estimate, and then get 50% off installation. Plus no interest and no payments until summer 2022.
Good idea.
Offer ends soon.
I'll go right now. Set up.
Call 1-800-HANSONS. Get it done.
Explore America with General RV. RVs start at $99 per month. Your journey begins at General RV, online and in Wayland, off 131.
Closed caption sponsorship for Inside Edition is brought to you by.
No,
Come on, him.
I like him.
Quick, the Quicker Picker Upper. Bounty picks up messes quicker and is 2 times more absorbent so you can use less. Bounty, the Quicker Picker Upper.
Homelessness continues to be a major problem around the country, resulting in some frightening incidents, including here in New York City. Les Trent with our report, and we should warn you, there are some disturbing images.
It's madness on the streets. This man sucker punches a woman in broad daylight. He's homeless, and police say he has 18 prior arrests. And this homeless woman uses a hammer and attacks two strangers. Here in New York, many are blaming these random violent assaults on the surging population of homeless people, some who are afflicted with mental issues. Just how bad is the homeless problem? We hit the streets to see for ourselves. This guy was riding outside Penn Station. And look at all these people passed out. Some say 8th Avenue should be renamed the Drug Corridor. Others yelled incoherently. Then there was this guy, crossing a busy street against the light with his little dog in tow. He thinks he has the right of way. We watched as he ducked under this subway turnstile. We also saw people who appeared to be in distress. Many New Yorkers are concerned.
It just happened right now. We were at the park, and this lady started screaming at us that this is public property, that we need to get off her property.
Do you think it's worse since the pandemic?
Oh yeah. This is everyone's like this is like old New York from the 70s, 80s.
Advocates like Alexandra Long say the pandemic has taken a dire toll, cutting the homeless from crucial medical and mental health resources.
What do you say to people when they say, we're afraid?
Being afraid of these people isn't going to help them. It isn't going to make them go away, and it isn't going to provide them anything that they need to improve their lives.
When we come back, the woman who became an instant billionaire, or did she?
Birds flying high, you know I feel. Breeze drifting on by, you know I